Now, you directed this episode, but you didn't exactly take the episode off, and I think a lot of us are wondering, what's it like to direct yourself?
That's not fun, listening to your voice or watching yourself. But again, I was lucky to have Debbie Allen right with me every step of the way. So when I was tired or confused, she jumped in and was always right there for me.
That's great. Do you think Meredith is doing the right thing by choosing Pierce over Riggs? Let's just get to the fan question right away.
Listen,
careful how you answer that.
women have to stick together. Hoes before bros.
Martin, I'm going to ask you the same thing. Do you think that, what do you think about her choosing her sister over Nathan?
You.
Well, I would respect it, but I think it would be sad because, as all men know, it's impossible to be a good man without a great woman by your side.
All right. All right.
Great, very well said.
I like that answer.
Very well said.
My girlfriend's in the audience, so. Hi, darling.
Martin, what's been the one thing you're still eager to learn about Nathan? And have you had any discussions with the writers about his backstory at all?
Just who he is would be good.
Anything else beside that?
Well, if we start with that, you know, it might lead to some other questions, but no, I am excited. I mean, it's been wonderful to play a character that's sort of polarizing, and there's this mystery and enigma as to, you know, is he a good guy, is he a bad guy, do we like him, do we hate him, and I think that's been enjoyable to titillate the audience, and, you know, I have to credit Shonda Rhimes for very strategically and, you know, and delicately doing that as she does. But I, as an actor, after a couple of seasons on the show now, I definitely I'm looking forward to the opportunity for Nathan to be in a relationship, whether it's platonic or romantic, where we start to see a little more of who he is deep down. And I think, you know, just as an actor, I'm looking forward to that. So that might be next season.
Or 4 seasons from now.
Or 4. Let's see.
Let's have a round of applause for Kelly McCreary, who did such a...
Okay, it's getting awkward now. Thank you.
Kelly, what have you learned about Maggie through this ordeal with her mother's cancer?
Maggie loves so deeply, and she's such a, she's like a very open-hearted, optimistic, forward-thinking. She believes in everybody. She believes in people and wants them to be their best and show up as their best and
Nothing like you.
No. Negative Nancy over here. And that was really, really beautiful to play. Like she's so determined, and even in the midst of a lot of doubt and really the realities of her mother's illness, she was, you know, trying to make the best of a very, very bad situation.
Maggie's mom tells her to be, quote, a little lazy, a little slutty, and make a mistake.
Yeah.
How do you think that's going to affect Maggie going forward?
Boy, you know, Maggie's going to be shirtless in season 14. or pantsless. We'll let the fans decide. I think, you know, I think that major life events like this sort of enable you to shift your perspective and reevaluate what you think is important to you. And I think that for a long time, being one version of herself was the right way to do things, and she might, you know, explore some new ways.
Nice. Parents, the death of them, the absence of them have been a tremendous and huge theme in Grey's Anatomy this season. Jesse, I want to turn to you. What was your first reaction when you? Let the man talk. What was your first reaction when you found out we were going to meet Jackson's father?
When I first found out I was going to meet him, I was excited. It's been a big cloud hanging over the character for his entire life and my entire career playing him. It's been just a big kind of gaping hole. So being able to kind of fill that in with a human being, a person that you can make eye contact with, that you can try to ask all these questions, whether you're actually able to articulate them or not, was a very exciting prospect. Yeah.
How did you prepare for that confrontation scene?
Off the notes.
Yeah. I'm not really sure, honestly. I mean, it was a pretty... Yeah, I really prepared myself by making sure I kind of went over an understanding of my timeline and the chronology and experiences that this character has been through, but also I was just really laid the table to be able to really listen and be honest in the moment as we worked on it. Thankfully, we got to work with an incredible actor named Eric Roberts, who was tremendous and really wonderful to work with. And it was, what was interesting was being able to work with, have an actor that you don't, have a character that you don't know, you've never met, essentially, in Robert Avery, Eric Roberts' character, but be doing it with the full support of his person, his best friend, April Kepner, played by Sarah Drew. So you had both, you had a great support system and an absolute failure in the same scenes, in the same experience. And that being torn between that throughout was I just kind of listened and paid attention.